Hey everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Avernum 6. We're still in Myrtis. We have already done a few quests, I suppose. Well, mostly we helped out Maxwell. No, not Maxwell. What's his name again? Maxfield, you know. Close enough. And, yeah, we have 3 or 4 main NPCs to talk to. I think only 3, right? We did talk to the shopkeeper. But here we have a Sage Perth. This man is almost a caricature of a sage. He is surrounded by research notes, bookshelves, and piles of scrolls heaped on his desk and on the floor around him, though the skulls and bones add a somewhat eerie tint to it. When you enter, he seems confused and annoyed. "What are you doing here? What do you want? I'm very busy. So much." Then he sighs. "Well, maybe I can get use out of you. I'm Sage Perth. I study the undead spiral." Okay. Well, first of all, I suppose I'd like to know more about Myrtis. Go talk to Aaron. He's in the next building over. The shrine. I'm studying the spiral. I need to learn as much as I can before we're evacuated. You're going to be evacuated? They haven't announced it, but it's only a matter of time. From Hello first, now Kotra and Fort Dranlon. Soon we will have to flee this Lazarikai too. We have to flee this Lazarikai too, so time is short. Well, maybe you won't have to wait too much longer for, the full exploration of the spiral, because now we're here. Tell me about the undead spiral. The scourge of Myrtis, but a boon to sages. It's not far to the northeast, a nexus of haunting and raw magic, with the ability to bring any corpse nearby to unlife. Fortunately, its dark magic has been restrained. How was the spiral created? It is a great mystery. We believe that an early expedition to Avernum was trapped and slain there. Their spirits, combined with natural magic infusing the tunnels, combined to create something. Yeah, actually I remember that. Like at the very center, possibly in the very first Avernum. Like meeting the spirits of some of the first explorers there. That does awaken a very faint sleeping memory. He taps a pen against his lips. It is powerful and self-sustaining. Not an intelligence, but a presence. Very nasty, if we hadn't restrained it. And it attacked Myrtis? No, it isn't intelligent enough for that. It animated the bones and bodies of the recently buried. These wandered at random, attacking all they saw. Happily, Myrtis was able to deal with the problem for many years before the wards were placed. Tell me about the wards. 4 magic circles, which tamp down the raw power in the tunnels. Hold it back. Smooth it out. Keep it from reaching out to any pile of bones it can find. Created with great effort and difficulty, I can tell you. They hold, though I have some concerns. Concerns how? I worry that the wards only hold the pressure in and let it build, and one day it will explode. There have been no signs of that happening so far, but I am watching very carefully. He points at the racks of scrolls, and I keep careful records. Okay, well, enough about that. Can you teach me any magic? He points, annoyed, at his books and scrolls. Do any of these look like spell books? They all kind of do, actually. You want to learn magic? The tower colony is to the south. Oh, okay. Do you need any assistance? He nods. I actually do. I constantly need people to check the 4 wards in the spiral to make sure they are intact. Alas, the soldiers I used for that job were sent to watch the honeycomb instead. I will pay you if you check the circles for me. It is an easy job. Sure. Whenever someone says that, it's a surefire way to know that it's not going to be easy. What do I need to do? Just go to the undead spiral, descend into it, inspect the 4 magic circles. They're big, you can't miss them. They should be intact and glowing slightly. Once you see that they're alright, return to me. And if they're not? Well, is there any danger? Who can tell? It might be lethal. That's why we have to keep a close eye on it. Okay, at least he's not trying to hide that fact. Also, well, we can't give him any research notes yet, but... In fact, I mean, we could technically steal research notes here, but there's no way of doing that undetected, so that doesn't seem like a very smart idea. Hello? Stuff. Oh well. Okay, so checking the wards. Right. So 4 wards, presumably like in 4 corners, or, somewhat regularly spaced would make sense. But... what's his face? Where is it? Dark Spiral, that should be the one. Yeah, Gladwell. He asked us to go to the very center, right? The lowest chamber and find the magic circle there. Break it and return. Now, is that one of the 4 magic circles? But why then, if it's just one of the 4, does he ask us to break only that one? I mean, there might be 1 in the center and 3 around the outside. I guess there's only one way to find out. Go there and see. And, I mean, there's almost no way that I'm not going to break it, even though it's very obviously a terrible idea. But, of course, my morbid curiosity drives me to find out what even more horrible thing he's going to ask us to do next. Mayor Aaron. The aging priest in the shrine bears 2 insignia. He wears the crossed blade symbol of his faith and the mayor's traditional purple sash. For the few who remain here, he is obviously a figure of great importance. Welcome, fellow warrior, he says, and passes the sword, the short sword hanging from his belt. I am Mayor Aaron of the Church of Prevailing Righteousness. Our doors are always open to Avernum's warriors. I can heal or otherwise aid you as needed. We all must work together. Myrtis is, as always, beset by foes. Tell me about Myrtis. We are a farming village, as you can see. Always modest, never having a great role in the affairs of Avernum. We feed the people, we are proud, and we keep to ourselves. We have always had trouble, but we dealt with them. Troubles, but we dealt with them. Sometimes with the help of wandering adventurers. And then the blight came, and... He shakes his head. I fear our story is ending. What sort of troubles have you had? Myrtis has always been between the honeycomb and the undead spiral. One a labyrinth, beloved of brigands, foul beasts, and once even a dragon. The other a cursed catacomb, constantly spawning undead. It has taken great courage to stay here. Fortunately, that is something my people have never lacked. There was a dragon here once? Really? Yes, the mighty Aethron. That's right, I couldn't remember his name last time. Or her, actually? I think Aethron might have been a girl dragon. Once lived deep within the honeycomb. The beast left decades ago. Left, huh? Well, some say she was slain. Some say she left. Who's to say? All ancient history. Okay. What is the Church of Prevailing Righteousness? I could tell you much, but how we believe in honor and battle and fighting for what is right. But I have always been a poor speaker. If you want to learn more of us, speak with Abbot Erlanger in Almaria. Okay. That is the same faith. I wasn't sure if this was a different kind of church. I have always been one for action, not words. He smiles. Assuming, of course, Erlanger is still in charge. He is. Maybe we'll be able to tell him. Erlanger might not be there anymore. Some time ago, a few pups passed through here thinking to unseat him. They came to me for help. They received none. They think they can defeat him and take control of the Almarian temple. He chuckles. I hope Erlanger shows them mercy. Well, we did, I think. Huh. Kind of a shame that we can't actually tell him. But, oh well. I could use your assistance, I guess. I don't really know with what specifically, but... Of course, I can heal you. I can also teach you a few spells to defend yourself on the road. Could you heal me? Thanks, I guess. We didn't really need much healing, but, you know. Of course. He uses his arts to tend to your wounds. You spend some time resting. I guess we kind of need that here because there isn't really a complete city wall and a single, gateway to walk through which would heal us. I mean, not that that ever made a lot of sense in universe. It was just a convenient thing, from a game design perspective, I suppose. But, well, it's fine. You soon feel much revived. Good. I would like to learn spells. Extremely cheap, even. Huh. Well, in that case... Ward of Thoughts... Okay, so it's all just... Wow. Wait. Oh, he cannot improve our mass healing. He can improve mass curing, and yeah, it is cheap. I mean, we're obviously going to improve heal. Even though it's already quite good. But, you know, why not make it even better? And especially when it's just a few hundred. Yeah, there you go. Like, we've paid more than I just did for those 3 levels of heal for a single level of some spells before, like specifically mass healing. So yeah, Unshackle Mind, higher chance of removing the effects. I mean, we don't use that often, but when we do, we want it to work. So again, another 1,000 or so. For that, absolutely worth it. Word of Thoughts. Makes the spell last longer at higher ranks. I mean, Summon Shade is so cheap. I'm never going to use it, but honestly, just go ahead and get all of that. Mass Curing. It doesn't even say how it improves. And I'm guessing that it removes more duration of debuffs. But this seems like one of the less necessary ones to upgrade. I mean, I upgraded it once, we're back down to 12,000, I don't know why stop there specifically, but why not? Murtis is under attack, you say? Honeycomb horrors. More horrors, huh? Unfortunately so. Monsters and brigands have always wandered out of the honeycomb to the west. But lately, there have been more attacks. Bizarre, twisted creatures. Young, fresh, as if recently created. I'm sure that there is someone or something out there making the creatures. For what mad purpose, I cannot imagine. We have little to spare here, but I would give much to whomever could find and destroy whoever is attacking us. But be warned, I believe that this is a very difficult quest. Have you sent scouts into the honeycomb? Yes, what few we could spare. They found more of the creatures that have attacked us, but they could not get far enough into the tunnels to say with authority who is back there. And nobody has contacted you? No, nobody. No extortion, no demands, just mindless attacks. It is madness in mad times. Any suggestion of where I should look in the honeycomb? There is a place. It is called the Dragon's Gate, in the northwest. It is the entrance to where the dragon Aethron once lived. It is enchanted. It closed years ago, and we haven't been able to reopen it since. I tried to get the scouts to go there, but they couldn't reach it safely. Any idea of how I might get that gate open? Not from the front. You would need to find a way to get behind it. That might be very difficult. You might need to reach it from an entirely different direction. Entirely different. I mean, I have an idea. Like, I'm pretty sure, actually, that Aethron's lair used to be directly connected, you know, that area opened up to the lake here, basically. And since clearly, eventually we're going to get access to a boat, maybe we won't be able to access that, you know, the area behind the Dragon's Gate until that time, whenever that might be. Possibly after we dealt with the Abyss situation, which, you know, is going to take a while. But, of course, we're going to explore the honeycomb as far as we possibly can right now. Okay. And I'm assuming back here is... Oh, no, that opened. Oh, but there is a barrier protected area there. Okay. Nothing particularly good in there. I mean, he said he was going to reward us. So presumably he's just going to open this to us. This door wasn't even locked, and there isn't anything particularly good behind it, so obviously that would not have been that. But if we can just dispel this barrier, which we might not be able to. Piercing crystal. Ah, okay. Too weak to affect it. I mean, I don't know if I've ever seen a barrier just disappear as a quest reward. I mean, I've seen doors just remotely unlock, I suppose. Ones with unpickable locks, or very hard to pick locks. I guess we'll see how this is going to work. Okay, so that was those two people, both of whom gave us pretty important sounding quests. That leaves only Mora. Maybe? This is the inn, right? Okay. Something to drink. I don't know if that's a good idea. Oh, a blessing, yeah. Okay, well, Thanks, I suppose. Mora stares down at the counter, lost in a deep depression. You eventually get her attention again. Wait, what? We never talked to her before. Huh? Wait, I didn't talk to her, did I? I have no recollection of doing that. We only arrived here for the first time last episode. And I'm pretty sure we never entered this building before. Am I missing something? Feel free to let me know. Business is poor? She lets out a joyless laugh. Business is done. There's nobody on the road but soldiers and refugees. One doesn't stay in inns, the other can't afford it. You don't think business will ever recover? I think Avernum will die. If the Great Portal is ever repaired, I'll be the first one on the road there. And if the portal isn't repaired, we'll all die. Either way, not good for business. The inn has been open for a long time. For a moment, you see a flicker of a smile. The Myrtis Arms, a proud history, so many stories. She starts to tell a story and then shakes her head. No dwelling on the past. I have to face the future, such as it is. Can I get a room? She snorts. You're a soldier. Your lot doesn't stay in inns. I don't need charity. Okay, wow. Chill. Can I see the menu? Okay. Well, no, I don't need any of that. Thanks, though. I mean, technically she does sell Almarian wine, which is interesting, but we have enough, of course. Well, I guess that's all I need. Strange how the greeting dialogue there made it sound like we had talked to her before. I mean, I'm 90% sure I did not. But then, who am I to trust my memory? Okay, well, either way, that was that. Definitely, yeah, we've been to all the other buildings. We've been north of here, all the way up to the gate, the bridge, and the gate leading into Silvar, which of course we cannot pass quite yet. Now, on that spiral or honeycomb? I mean, the spiral should be a smaller place. The honeycomb actually is like 4 complete maps, plus the additional confusing labyrinthine layer above or below. The spiral probably also has multiple levels, but let's deal with that. We have a couple of reasons to go there. And even though the game is really trying to make it sound very scary, I feel like, you know, with our level and equipment, we are likely pretty well equipped to deal with whatever it's gonna throw at us. Okay, so this is the center of it. There's definitely gonna be a lower level, like where we're gonna reach the bottom of that pit. What is going on here? Not much. Oh, Sage Martella. No one told me that there was an outpost here. A research outpost, or whatever this is. You'd think that Sage Perth would have mentioned something like that. There's a small camp here. There's some armed guards, a couple of sages, and a mage. You walk into the cavern ready to extend a warm greeting when you are interrupted. One of the guards points to the west and shouts, "Watch out, zombies!" You look where the guard is pointing and see that there are, in fact, zombies. Oh. True enough. I mean, I don't suppose they're gonna be that bad. Oh, did she also? Oh, I guess I didn't need to bless. Guess she would have done that anyway. But you're all welcome for the haste spell. Now, if she could actually cast protection next turn, that would be nice, because these guys are dealing some damage. I'm not gonna rely on it. I'm not gonna, you know. Oh, okay, she casts slow. Nice. No, I did not mean to do that. I meant to do lightning. Okay. It's fine. You can attack this guy. Nice. And you can hopefully finish off this zombie. Alright, I did not want anyone to steal our kill here. And our well-earned experience, well-deserved experience. Just shoot the zombie, I suppose. Ooh. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. Oh well. I mean, I can do it now, if I don't misclick again. Less satisfying now against only 2 enemies. Fireball? Nice. No! Well, okay, that's fine. And we might even be getting experience for enemies killed by NPCs that we damaged before. I'm never quite sure how it works. Okay. Well, that was that. Sage Montella. There's one mage watching over the encampment. Mage and priest, because she definitely also casts priest spells. Or a priest spell. There is one mage watching over the encampment. Like the others, she doesn't look like she's had a good sleep in weeks. She's wrapped up tightly against the chill of the tunnels. She inspects you closely, making sure that you are in fact alive and not just unusually fresh zombies. Excuse me. Once she approves of you, she says, "Welcome to the Undead Spiral. I'm Sage Montella. If you don't have any business here, I suggest you depart. The magic in this place is powerful and dangerous, and the wards holding it in place are fragile." Tell me about the spiral. This is the Undead Spiral, an odd name to be sure. The first Evernites who discovered the odd properties of these tunnels were a prosaic lot. In short, there is a powerful curse on this place. Anything dead near here comes to life. If there are no bodies or bones, then bodies and bones tend to appear and then come to life. Fortunately, there are now wards in place. Where did the curse come from? I don't know. I don't deal in history, only the ugliness of the present. Sage Perth and Mertis has studied those mysteries more than I have. What do these undead do? Wander randomly, attacking anything alive they stumble upon, trying to make more bodies and bones, you see. For years, this has been a great irritation to the farmers in this area. Fortunately, we wizards have taken successful steps to restrain the evil in this place. What effect do the wards have? They don't entirely contain the evil magic of this place, but they circumscribe it. Bones still appear and come to life, but the resulting creatures are limited. Limited how? They are far weaker, and they crumble quickly when they get too far from the spiral, making farming much easier, as you can imagine. Or it made farming easier before the blight devastated Mertis. Now we mainly control the undead to keep the caravan route secure. Can I go below? She looks nervous. We don't have the strength to stop you, and we are under instructions to give soldiers free passage. However, I advise you to be very careful. Also, the spiral has the tendency to fog the mind. If you become confused, we have taken steps to help you clear your mind. Okay, is it dangerous? Yes. Out here, not so much. The closer you get to the center of the spiral, however, the worse the danger is. We have restrained the power of this place. We have restrained the power, not removed it. How can I clear my mind? In the workshop below, there is a basin. Drink from it, and you will be temporarily protected from efforts to confuse you. Okay, so that's basically going to cast Word of Thoughts on us then. The pool will slowly regenerate itself. It is very useful magic in such an accursed place. Sage Perth sent me to inspect the wards. Excellent. Best news I've had in a while. It means we can rest for the week. Simply descend into the tunnel, visit the wards, and clear away any unliving debris that has clustered around them. To protect the wards, we have placed a scattering of magical barriers. They should be easy to dispel. Oh, wait. Can you dispel the barriers for me? I did not make them, and I haven't the power to remove them. Hopefully, you have some piercing crystals on hand. I hope I don't need too many? Huh. Mandatory use of piercing crystals for a quest, huh? Well, I suppose I don't... Technically, I could wait until, I have the spell myself, but that seems pretty far off at this point. So, I mean, I guess I might as well use the piercing crystals in a productive way, rather than just hoarding them. And if I actually do end up using all of them, and later on run into a barrier that, I can't dispel, then I guess I'm just going to have to wait on that one until I have the spell. So, it's all good. A wizard named Gladwell asked me to disrupt a magic circle at the bottom of the spiral. Should I just tell her that? I mean, honestly, it's probably not a terrible idea to just talk to someone about this, who might, be able to really judge the exact danger of that proposal, of that venture. You start to speak only to find that some force is keeping your jaws and tongue from moving. Excuse me? Very odd. Could Gladwell have cast some sort of binding spell on you without your knowledge? No, surely it's just a completely normal phenomenon. Don't worry about it. Okay. I mean, I don't remember Gladwell actually doing any such thing. At least not that he told us, or, you know, that he did it in any kind of way that we noticed, apparently. So that's great. I have a delivery for someone named Clary. Yeah, I thought there was some third quest that I couldn't quite remember, but I also didn't look at the journal to confirm. But yeah, that must have been that one. Clary went down into the spiral not long ago, but he has not returned. Not unusual behavior for him, but I'm still slightly concerned. I have been meaning to send a search party. Perhaps you can assist him if you find him in difficulty. I mean, how long ago are we talking here? Is he likely still alive? Well, we'll see. Okay, cool. So, Gladwell put that nice little binding spell of his on us. I probably shouldn't be too surprised. I just didn't remember. I don't remember if the game actually implied any such thing happening. And I just forgot, or if this is literally supposed to be the first time we hear about it. We learn about that. Is there a digging spot? I don't see one. Could I reach that corner? I can. Okay. Doesn't seem to be a reason to, though. This is where the sages keep their records of happenings in the spiral. Okay. And also some additional resources that, you know, I'm just going to take. Out of the corner of your eye, you see movement around the chasm to the east. Something has just climbed out of it. Huh, indeed. Some skeletons, some kinda tanky skeletons. But nothing we can't handle, of course. Alright. Ooh, nice start. Okay. Maybe just finish off that skeleton. Okay, that's fine. Oh, sure, do that again. This is not exactly cheap, but it is still satisfying. Oh, that was pretty weak. New and improved heal. Healing for 90. Not bad, not bad. A small heal for 50. Okay. Ooh, good one. Alright. Yeah, I need to be a little bit careful with his mana, huh? Probably not going to level up from killing whatever we're going to encounter here. Unless it's worth a lot of experience. There's a barrier. But it's not... it doesn't look like a place we actually have to go, though. Well, let's find out. I mean, this wouldn't be the first of the wards, right? That doesn't look very wardy at all. You should be able to see any magic circle on the ground there. Save... 6 of them. I mean, that should be enough, right? Surely they're not going to ask me to use more than 6 piercing crystals. That would be kind of unreasonable. Steel helmet worth quite a bit. Energy elixir is obviously pretty good in an emergency. I mean, that's 120 to 360 energy restoration. That's basically a full restore, unless you're extremely unlucky. So, yeah, pretty good stuff. This is just money and something we already have quite a few stockpiled of, right? Yeah. So, you know, until I know exactly how many of those piercing crystals I need, I'm going to hold off on that. What have we here? Healing potion. Ooh, you used 2 of them recently, apparently. And a curing potion as well. Oh, this is totally gonna close behind us. I mean, not necessarily. There shouldn't be anything... We'll see, I guess. There shouldn't be any power. I mean, we've been told that there is no intelligence behind this, right? Behind the evil that's going on here. So nothing should actively try to fight us. It's just, you know, randomly creating undead that are then randomly wandering around causing havoc. You have descended into the undead spiral. It is painfully cold down here. Patches of ice dot the floor. You try to keep the chill out, but neither cloaks nor armor keep it from sinking into your bones. There is something about this place that is disorienting. You constantly feel turned around. Sometimes you think you're walking farther in when in fact you're heading out, and vice versa. It is an amazing concentration of natural magic, focused and shaped into a malevolent form. You constantly watch the bones underfoot, aware that they could leap to life at any moment. Okay. Gate did not slam shut behind us. Why would you put something like that there, game? I guess it would make sense for that to be a gate, but also there is no locking mechanism, so I don't know. I mean, that's some sort of magic circle, but it's not glowing. The sages set up a workshop here once and then quickly abandoned it. You can see it in the alcove to the west. The desk and other furniture left behind are covered with frost and marks left by zombie claws. There is a basin in the alcove. It is full of fresh, sparkling water, still liquid despite the cold. You look around for a route into the deeper tunnels, but you don't see one. The spiral seems to hit a dead end here, and yet oddly, when you look at the north wall, you feel dizzy and disoriented. Seems solid enough, though. I mean, obviously it's not. You find the first of the 4 wards in the undead spiral. You inspect it. It seems completely intact. Yeah, but... Okay, I mean... We were told that it should be slightly glowing. I can't see that, but let's just assume that it is very slightly glowing. It's just... The game doesn't really... The game's graphical capabilities are a bit limited in that regard, I suppose. Regeneration scroll. A dagger, sure, why not? So that... Do we need to drink? Actually, that's probably the case, right? There's obviously nothing triggered simply from approaching the north wall. So let's drink that. Oh. It's not just a ward of thoughts. It's something special. We're enlightened, actually. The water in the basin had the marvelous effect of clearing your mind, helping you to resist the confusing aura over this place. Now that the confusion has faded, you can clearly see that there are in fact 2 narrow passages leading out of the room to the north. Let's take the outer one first, I guess. Oh yeah, this one? Oh, they both have a barrier protecting them. But it also looks like they're connecting, so... Okay. The ceiling of this long gallery is very low, and a thick mist obscures your vision. There are humanoid shapes moving through the shadows. They are wisps, so insubstantial that they might as well not be there at all. When you enter, they begin to drift slowly toward you, drawn by your warmth. Insubstantial wisp. Oh yeah. Insubstantial, and also... very squishy. Okay, come on. Can you just go there, please? Oh, that might not... no, that should work. Both in terms of line of sight and range, I think? Yeah, there we go. Okay, it is kind of dark down here, so I'm trying to be extra... on the lookout. Extra on the lookout for any... buttons, perhaps? Oh, hello. And those things are obviously no threat at all. Which is always extremely suspicious. Oh, and also that enlightenment buff did not last. So, let's hope we didn't need that for anything else. But it's not like I wasted a lot of time or anything. Oh, hey, and the game is nice enough to actually provide us with more piercing crystals. I wonder if we really only needed the first one to make it past the first set of barriers. And by just carefully looking around, we'll be able to find all the others that we are that we require. You find the second of the 4 wards in the undead spiral. You inspect it, it seems completely intact. A tiny bit of frost is encroaching on one end, but the magic of the ward seems to melt and evaporate the water before it does any harm. Okay. Oh. Tricky, tricky. And this gives us a chainmail vest, a jeweled wand, diamond spray. I guess it's one of the better kinds of wands, but honestly, I just never use any wands. Definitely not the more basic ones. Okay, no barriers to dispel here. Ruby skeletons, okay. Slightly more challenging enemies. Slightly more, actually, you know, worth being called enemies in the first place. Oh. I mean, sure. Repel Spirit, how well do you work? 70? Respectable. Okay. Fire works well enough. Oh. Okay. Ruby skeletons are indeed somewhat magical and fire aligned, I suppose, because they can throw fireballs, apparently. Well, you cure yourself. Okay, yeah, the fireballs also hurt quite a lot, plus they can move... They can cast a fireball, then move relatively far, and still attack. That's impressive. Piece destroyed, thank you. Okay, healed for 100. Okay, yeah, those are no joke. Cover a little bit. Better top you off there. Save. When you get close to this pile of bones and skulls, they rattle together slightly. The magic of these caverns constantly threatens to animate them and send them after you. Okay, slightly, but not enough to actually form something. Oh, there are so many bone piles. Oh no. Okay. You find the third of the 4 wards in the undead spiral. You inspect it, it seems completely intact. The skeletons lingering around it were unable to affect it. Should I take the incense? Surely there couldn't be no harm in that. There's another button. And it opens something over here. Another little side crypt. A piercing crystal. Nice. A fine cloak. A mighty fine cloak. Okay. No enemies spawned as a result of my snooping around. Okay. There we need piercing crystals. A piercing crystal. Ooh. Imprisoned sage, not the person we're looking for. And obviously this is also not leading towards the central chamber, so... Okay, sure. There's a young sage in this room. He appears to have been trapped. He's frozen solid. His skin is blue and looks solid as rock. He has also been surrounded by a circle of magical barriers. He still holds a pen and sheet of papyrus in his hands. It looks like he was transcribing the strange symbols etched into the west wall. You inspect him. As you inspect him, you sense that you are not alone in this room. Insubstantial shades flicker in the shadows watching you. Now that's not ominous at all. Okay. I was wondering if we were close enough by standing right in front of these barriers here to also affect the next ones, but they're probably just out of range, if they're even dispellable in the first place. You try to talk to the frozen sage, but he can't hear you. The barriers surrounding him block all sound. He was also described as being literally frozen solid. As in, you push him over, he shatters on the ground. Frozen solid, but I guess I don't know that for sure. Oh, also, the strange symbols on the wall there we cannot actually do anything with. Okay, I mean, so far we've had to use 1 piercing crystals to even enter the place, and then we have found 2 so far, and haven't had to use any more to actually progress inside. But looks like we need to use 2 crystals to do something here. Assuming we can't even pierce the inner circle, but surely we would. Okay. Now we talk to him. As you approach the sage, you see that he is starting to thaw out slightly. Okay. He's moving very slowly. However, this angers the spirits that froze him and are keeping him here. They instantly take a more substantial and dangerous form, of course. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I should have expected as much, and in fact I did. I just didn't prepare accordingly, so... Let's hope that doesn't come back to bite me. These are not that bad, though. I mean, they don't have a ton of hit points. Of course, hit points aren't everything. Oh, come on, really? So that was not a scripted, you know, story armor that made it survive with 1 hit point. I just got unlucky and it survived with 3. Alright, protection. Actually, just kill one of them. Maybe slow them? I mean, they don't really seem that bad. Okay, hasted. Luna's slow, Luna's cursed. Okay. Not too bad. We should probably do something about that, though. About our healer being besieged by these undead. Okay, let's do a well-aimed blow. And a well-aimed repel spirit. Okay. Nice. Huh? Okay. Nice try, buddy, but too little too late. Goblin warrior. Nice. That's it. The sage stumbles out of the remnants of his prison and stumbles against a wall. He gasps, "Thank you. I suppose I've been in there for a while." You tell him the date. He nods. "Yes, a while. Without you, I might have been in there forever." Huh, I'm honestly just really surprised that you're even alive at all? Still? Oh. Samaritan Sandals, +1 to priest spells. And we just gave her the clover boots last time. I mean, that's the only item so far. Well, it's not true, no. We have something that gives mage... No? Wait. There's something that gives both priest... Ah, yes. These robes, okay. So these are just for any kind of spellcaster, mage and priest spells. Or I suppose for a spellcaster who actually studies both. Which is technically possible, I suppose, but that would require putting basically all of your points into those 2 schools and nothing else. I mean, luck. I do like the idea of having luck because I never invest in it, and, you know, clearly... I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's not really all that powerful of a stat. But I'd like to believe that it does a lot, and it would be really good to actually invest in it. And I still never do. But, I mean, this is too good, isn't it? These are literally made for her, so... Thank you, Clover Boots. Was nice. You were nice while you lasted. I mean, I suppose I could give them to him. Energy resistance is decent for sure, but, you know... 5% are not gonna make the difference in the end, right? Probably. Hopefully. Also, the game considers these just extremely crappy. 100 value. That's... lower than most non-magical items. So, yeah, okay. Now what? Oh, wait, he is Clary? Now he's suddenly called Clary. I was wondering. You deliver the crystal to Clary, he peers through it. Yes, astonishing how clear it makes things. In return, he gives you 2 small sparkling crystals. 2 piercing crystals. Awesome, okay. Hope these are helpful. So basically, if you have the quest and bring 2 piercing crystals to begin with, you get them both back as a reward, plus some experience. So that's quite fair. Yeah, back to 5. Back to having used... Wait. No, we used... Hold on. We used 2, but we... Oh, I'm dumb. They're here. We are indeed back to 7. Okay. Yeah, don't mind me. It's fine. Alright. I just wonder why he was just generically called Sage before. I guess we couldn't have known because we didn't know Clary, and only after he was thawed, you know, out of the magical freezing, we were able to ask his name. So yeah, that makes sense, I guess. Although we don't usually question just seeing a person from afar and, you know, immediately knowing their name. But, you know, video game things. Anyway, here we use the second mandatory piercing crystal. Although, again, if we had not actually done the quest, we would have found 2 crystals inside this place. You've reached the lowest chamber in the spiral. You are at the core of its power. The dark magic here weighs upon you, making you feel simultaneously sluggish and terrified, desperate to escape and unable to move. Out of the corners of your eyes, you keep seeing shades on the floor, glimpses of corpses wearing outdated clothing and armor, dead and dying from gruesome wounds. But then you turn and look, and there is nothing there. To the north, you see the most powerful of the wards, containing the power of the place, surrounded by abandoned magical equipment. Once it was created, its makers fled this place. It has attracted several shambling undead forms. They lurch around it, senselessly walking in a circle. They haven't noticed you yet. And we're about to destroy that circle, because, of course, we won't be able to resist the temptation. I mean, honestly, I would be okay with just saying screw you to Gladwell and just ignoring his quest. But I know there's gonna be more. You know, and I just want to see that, even if it's a bad idea. Plus, you know, it's obviously we're not going to like really screw anything up in any kind of major way, so it should be fine. Okay. I mean, surely we will eventually be noticed, right? Or not. I did not mean to click there. I meant to actually click on it, which might have been a better idea, because these are quite tanky, and now we're basically surrounded for all intents and purposes, or we are going to be very soon. Let's see how this goes. They do hit pretty hard as well, so yeah, this is actually really rough. 6 of them at once. Could you stop it? I mean, I'll heal as best I can, but there's only so much I can do. Unfortunately, we did not get... I should have used a group heal scroll. Well, I have to try slowing them, which did work. Oh, he completely lost his turn, I think. And we also didn't kill that one. Ouch. Yeah. And he's unfortunately just, you know, he just barely did not survive that. That's annoying. Yeah, if it hadn't been for that initial misclick, we might have been able to... We definitely would have been able to deal with At least with the very first one by himself, and they would have all had to make their way towards us at first. It definitely would have been better. Yeah, I mean, someone's dead now, and, you know, there's too many of them left. And even if there were less of them to deal with, you know, fewer of them to deal with, I wouldn't want to have someone lose out on experience, as usual, so... I mean, honestly, it's maybe not a bad idea to use Sword of Steel here, because it looks like they're only using physical attacks. Ooh, nice one, actually. Ooh, and another hit. 2 hits? Excuse me? What's going on here? Okay. Alright. Yeah, using these rocks here to limit how many of them can attack us at once. Definitely a good idea. I mean, I kind of need to conserve our mana here. At least somewhat. But this is the final chamber, right? I mean, there's nothing else after this. So presumably it's just this one encounter that we have to deal with. It's possible that some super undead spawns, especially after we tamper with the magic circle, but for now, let's just assume that this is gonna be it. I mean, I would have wanted to, you know, would have liked to attack this enemy here, but Xas couldn't have reached him without getting slowed. No, actually he could have, totally. Oh well, it's fine. I guess now we focus on this one, because it's lower. Well-aimed blow, no second attack. Okay, switch target, so another one could technically slip into this gap here. Another one could actually stand here, I think, if they wanted to. Okay. I'm dealing with 4 of them is fine. Definitely better than completely surrounded by 6. Sure. Kill. Ooh, hey, you leveled up. Congrats. Now you can actually step here, because that one's gonna stop you. So, yeah, just attack that one. Oh, Ayali was stunned. Lost her turn. Annoying. But we're taking a lot less damage now as well. Ward of Steel definitely is helping. Okay, you keep attacking this one. Actually... Okay, 5 points. I don't know what I improved last... Endurance, perhaps? I could definitely go for more endurance. 200 health sounds nice. Or I could actually invest a bit more in, you know, some actual defenses. Hardiness is just dodging physical attacks, right? Yeah. This is basically like 1% to, well, 1 to 2% to all resistances. There's probably some, you know, some rounding going on. Mental does not improve. Poison doesn't improve, actually. Acid does, though. Well, it specifically says that it reduces damage taken, and mental effects don't deal damage. So it might not affect that at all. That being said, I could... Oh, I think I wanted to get quick action to 10. I probably said that. That sounds like something I would say, and I kind of do that. Yeah, and now it costs 6. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Quick action is definitely super nice. Not just satisfying, but also very helpful. And, you know, there it did its wonderful work again. Oh, come on, man. Gotta stop almost killing enemies. Oh? What? Is that undead scared of us? Oh, it's fine. Just kill it. wait, 1 action point. No! I didn't notice, and I wasted her special attack. It's fine. We're going to actually heal a little bit here. Oh, wait, she was no longer fatigued. I could have used her attack again. I didn't think that was going to be the thing. Didn't even consider that. Okay, sure, 2 fireballs, kill that one. So, what's going on? Are you the one that ran away? The one that got away? Oh, no, it was this one. These... Nope, never mind. I guess we only killed 3 of them? Because there were a total of 6, right? Pretty positive. Honestly, you just attack the fresh one here. Yeah, because she tends to deal less damage these days. I really wouldn't mind some nice, really hefty sword for her that also has good bonuses, you know. Because she's definitely felt a little bit... Her damage has felt a little bit lackluster. Which of course doesn't mean that I'm going to start having her use any other weapon type. I mean, it's too late for that anyway. Suppose what I could do... Well, I've already invested in dual wielding quite a bit. But I could of course make her actually go for a sword and board and give her a shield and making her an actual tank rather than, you know, just someone who likes to stand in the front lines attacking and still taking tons of damage. But I mean, we've been managing so far. Okay. Whirling blow. Good damage. Not quite as good. That was a pretty good shot, though. And finally, that one falls. Save. Okay, we dealt with the undead for now. But what happens when we approach the final magic circle? We'll find out next time. Sorry for the cliffhanger, but, you know, there's no way I'll deal with that now, looking at the timer. So, yeah, you'll have to wait until, well, whenever the next episode comes out. So, yeah. I'm sure everything's gonna be fine, right? We're not gonna unleash some terrible evil. I mean, it's gonna be fine. For the time being, I thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and I shall see you real soon. Bye-bye.